welcome to our Pilates series. My name is Vandhana and I'm a physiotherapist at Habit Vero. This video is going to be a 15-minute warm-up session. There will be 15-minute main body exercises, and there will also be a 15-minute cool down video as well. So how this series works is you can choose to follow the warm-up and then pick a series to follow, and then also if you wish to you can follow the warm down as well for a 45-minute Pilates session. So the warm-up, we're going to start with our feet hip width apart. We can measure that by 1 foot length out to the side from the other. Slight softness in the knees, so not too bent, not too straight. Slight softness, turning on the lower core muscles to about 30%. Then we're going to start by a few pelvic tilts just to find our neutral spine. So roll the pelvis forward, bring your hands on your hips, roll the pelvis back. Roll it forward, roll it back. We're going to go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and we're going to stop somewhere in the middle of that. Now we've got our spine in neutral and our core engaged. We're going to adjust the shoulder blades so they're back and down. Collarbones are wide and neck and head is nice and long from the back. We're going to start with our roll down, so breathing in to prepare. Breathe out to roll down one segment at a time. Starting from the upper back, mid back, low back, all the way down towards the floor. Take a breath in at the bottom. Breathe out and restack into standing one segment at a time. Keep the head and shoulders low. All the way out, making sure you've still got a slight softness in your knees. We're going to do that another 2 times. So breathe in. Breathe out, roll down, chin to chest. Nice, slow, controlled, segmental movement here. Breathe in at the bottom. Breathe out to restack all the way up. Take your time. Up into standing. Last one. Breathing in. Breathe out. Roll down. Chin to chest. Upper back, mid back, low back, all the way down, a little bit lower. Breathe in at the bottom. Breathe out, restack. All the way up into standing. Shoulder blades back and down, collarbones wide, neck nice and long. We're going to move on to the next exercise in our warm-up, which is the squat series. So staying in this position, breathing in, breathing out to squat down, lift the hands up to about shoulder height, raise the heels and now stand tall. Lower the heels, breathe in, out to squat, raise your hands, raise the heels, stand tall, keep the core engaged, lower the heels. Up with the heels, standing tall, lower the heels. Just squat down as low as you're comfortable. Same with the heel raise. We're going to go for another 3. 2. So it will test your balance a little bit. Last one. And lower. So we're moving on to our squat and stretch. So bring your feet out to the side, 2 steps out to the side with both feet. So you're almost in your sumo squat position. Feet pointing outwards. We're going to breathe in. Breathe out to squat down, relax the left hand and raise the right hand up and over to your left side to open through the right side of your back. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Swap sides. Stay down, raise your left hand up and over to your right. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A little bit lower. Right hand up and over. down, left hand up and over for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one, little bit lower. Right hand up and over. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one with your left side. Up and over. Stay strong. 3, 2, 1. Very good. Back into standing. Keep the softness in your knees. Bring your feet back to about hip width apart again. You're going to start doing some upper body and spinal stretches. So interlock your fingers, palms facing down, and lift both hands up towards the ceiling. Follow with your eyes just to where you're comfortable, and bring them down again. Breathing in. Breathe out to lift again. Follow with your eyes. And down. On the breath out, lift up again. Last one. And down. Right, so we're going to come into our dumbwaiter and Cleopatra exercise. So breathing in to squat down, breathe out, breathe in to prepare, breathe out to squat down. Bring your hands to about 90 degrees. Stay in the squat position. We're going to do this exercise here. So breathe in and out to bring the elbows out to the side, back in. On the breath out, we take the hands out. On the breath in, we bring it in. I'm going to go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay low. Now this time, bring the hands out, straighten the elbows, palm down, palm up, bring it back in. So this is our Cleopatra. Out, down, up, back in. Out, down, up, back in. On the breath out, out, down, up. Bring it in on the breath in. Last 3, 2, 1. Very good. So you should be starting to feel a little bit warmed up now, which is what we want. So we're going to come to the end of our mat here, and we're going to do a roll down to shoulder plank. Same thing we did earlier. So tuck your chin down towards your chest, roll down, bend through your knees if you have to, if you're a little bit tight through your hamstrings. Walk away with your fingers and hands away from your feet and come up and hold into a nice shoulder plank. Hold here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now walk back with your hands all the way up into standing. Standing with your shoulder blades back and down, neck is nice and long again, spine is in neutral. I'm going to do 10 pelvic tilts here. That's 6. 8, 9, 10, making sure the lower core is still engaged, coming down into our roll down again. Walking with our hands away from our feet. So with your shoulder plank, wrists are directly under shoulders, hands are shoulder width apart. Hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and walk back again. Into standing. Good. Roll through the shoulders. Alright, and 10 pelvic tilts again. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Last one, roll down to shoulder plank. This time we're going to stay low, walking away, wrists under shoulders, holding for 10 seconds. Alright, so bring your knees down directly under your hips. Knees are hip width apart, wrists are shoulder width apart. If your wrists are getting sore, make a fist. Keep them under your shoulders though. We're going to come into our cat camel stretch. So breathe in and round your back up towards the ceiling. Toes are pointing away. Breathe out, draw your back down towards the floor, lifting up your head. Breathe in to lift and round. Lower the head. Breathe out to lower. Lifting the head. Last one here. Breathe in to round. Breathe in to lower. And then sit down into your child's pose stretch. Reach away with your fingertips and hold here for 2 deep breaths. Very good. Now push back up into your 4-point kneeling position. So knees under hips and wrists under shoulders again. What we're going to do is come back into our shoulder plank position and do press ups to warm up our upper body. So lift, walk away with your feet, widen through the hands, and we're going to go for 3 press ups. If you want, you can do it on your knees. If you want to challenge yourself, do it on your toes. Ready for 3. On the breath out, we're going to press down. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Coming back into our cat camel stretch. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Breathing in to round. Breathing out to lower. Breathing in to round. Breathing out to lower. Last one. And we're going to go for another 3 press ups. Feel free to do it on your feet or your knees, whichever suits you. On the breath out, we press. Very good. Now sitting down into your child's pose again for 2 deep breaths. We've got 1 set of the press ups to go. Right, back into that position. Starting position for your shoulder plank. Last 3. Your press ups. Stay strong. On the breath out. Good. Now walk your hands back towards your toes again. Roll into standing. All the way up into the center of your mat again. Ready to start the main body of our exercises. So like I said at the beginning of the video, there will be now a 15-minute video with the main body of the exercises, and there will be a separate video for the warm down. So we'll see you in the next video for the main body. Thanks. Hi everyone, welcome to the main body of our Pilates series. So like we said earlier in the warm-up, there will be a standard 15-minute warm-up, a 15-minute series which will change every time, so there'll be different exercises each time, and then a standard warm-down 15-minute video. So you can choose the warm-up, choose a series, and then choose to do the warm-down if you wanted to do your whole 45-minute Pilates session. So following on from our warm-up, we're going to start with the main body of our exercises. So this is going to be roughly 15 minutes. Alright, so we're going to start with some squats and standing. So again, just reminding you, standing with feet hip width apart, 1 foot length out from the other foot. Standing with a slight softness in your knees, shoulder blades are back and down. Core is engaged to about 30%, so you don't want a tight squeeze, just 30%, and then in your neutral spine as well. Collarbones wide, head and neck nice and long. Relax through your body. Breathe in to prepare. Breathe out to squat down. Raise your hands to about shoulder height, and we're going to hold here for 10 seconds. That's 5. Very good. Now we're going to pulse for 10. 5. Good. And into standing again. Slight softness in the knees as we stand. Breathe in. Breathe out to squat down again. Hands to about shoulder height. Hold for 10 seconds. Very good. Now pulsing for 10. And standing tall. Softness in the knees as we stand. Last one to go. Breathe in. Breathe out to squat down. Shoulders up again. Five seconds. And pulse. Very good. Now we're going to come to the end of our mats, rolling down into our lying down exercises. So again, hip width apart with our feet, rolling down towards the mat, chin to chest. Shoulders down, hands down, one segment at a time, walking with our hands away from our feet. We're going to come into a shoulder press. Hold here for 10 seconds. Very good. Now kick and lift the left leg. Up, down, right leg. Up, down, left leg. Right leg. Left. Right. Left. Right. Last 3 on each side. Last one. Very good. Coming down with your knees directly under your hips, so in our 4-point kneeling position. Hands and wrists are directly under shoulders. Shoulder width apart with hands, hip width apart with the knees. Breathe into your camel. Round the back up towards the ceiling with your head down. Breathe out into your cat, lifting through the head. Dropping the back down towards the floor. Breathe into your camel. Breathe out into the cat. Last one here. Breathe into your camel. Breathe out into the cat. Very good. Now find your neutral spine in the 4-point kneeling position. So core is still engaged, your back is in neutral spine. So what we're going to do here is lift our knees to hover on the breath out. Tuck your toes in, breathe in. Breathe out to lift the knees up just off the floor slightly and hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. We're going to do that another 2 times. Breathe in and out to lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Last one. Breathe in, out to lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now this time, toes away and sit down into your child's pose stretch. Hold here for 2 deep breaths. Very good. Now coming back up into that 4-point kneeling position. Wrists under shoulders and knees under hips. So In your neutral spine, on the breath out, we're going to extend the right leg and the right hand, and the left leg. And back in on the breath in. Swapping sides on the breath out. So left arm and right leg. Back in on the breath in. Right arm, left leg on the breath out. Breathe in. Bring it in. Breathe out. Left arm, right leg. Breathe in to bring it in. I'm going to go for another 3 on each side. Keeping the spine in neutral. If your wrists are sore, make a fist instead of having your palm down. Very good. Now coming down and sitting into your child's pose stretch again. Lengthen through the arms and reach with your fingertips. Hold for 2 deep breaths. Very good. So we're going to come into a side lying position, into a starter position for side plank. So the elbow, so I'm choosing my right side, the elbow is directly under the shoulder, bottom leg is bent, top leg is straight. Bring your left hand over onto your left hip, or the other hand if you're choosing your left side. So breathe in, breathe out to lift your hip up off the floor, keeping that spine in neutral, core engaged, and now lift the top leg up. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pulse upwards for 10, 9. Good, now down and down again. Lie down all the way on that side that you're on. Both hands out in front, hands out in front of you in a prayer position. Heads down if you're comfortable, breathe in. Breathe out to push that top hand away. Both knees are bent, stacked on top of each other. Follow that top hand with your eyes as far out to the side as you can go. And now close. I'm going to go for one more on that side, breathe in. And now to push that top hand away. Follow with your eyes. Good, and close. Back into that position to start with our side plank. So elbow under shoulder, bottom leg bent, top leg straight, breathe in. And out to lift, neutral spine. Lifting through that top leg and hold for 5 seconds. And pulse. And down. Good, turning over onto our tummies. Point the toes away and hands out in front of us. Reaching with our fingertips for the wall in front of us and hold here for 2 deep breaths. Good, so we're going to swap sides. Just going to turn over onto my left side, so you're just turning over onto whichever side you haven't done. Right, so side plank position again. Top leg straight, bottom leg bent. Elbow directly under the shoulder, top hand on that top hip, breathe in and out to lift. Neutral spine, core engaged, holding for 5, 4, lift that top leg up, 3, 2, 1, and pulse. Good, lower down again, and then bend through both legs, both hands stacked on top of each other, heads down, breathing in, and out to push that top hand away and bring it up and over. And close. We've got one more to go on that side. Breathe in and out to push that top hand away, up and over. And close. Back into our side plank position. Elbow under shoulder again. Top leg straight. Breathe in, out to lift. Top leg up and hold for 5. Very good, and pulse. Good, and down. Rolling over onto our tummies again. We're going to do that nice elongation stretch again. Toes away and fingertips reaching. Hold for 2 breaths. Good, so from here, rolling over onto your tummy, onto your back. So I'm going to start with our knees bent, so knees and ankles are hip width apart. So your heels you should be able to touch with the tip of your fingers, so that's how close they should be to your hips. Rib cage is pressing onto the mat, so making a nice imprint onto the mat. Core still engaged and spine in neutral. Breathing in and out to peel your hips and the pelvis, the low back off the mat, just to where you're comfortable. And now kick the right leg up. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Kick the left leg up. Hold for 5. You want to make sure that the 2 hips are in line and that one hip is not dropping below the other. Good. Now swapping, right leg up. Don't let the hips drop. Left leg up. Right leg up. We're going to go for another 2 on each side. Good, left leg up. Last one on each side. Left leg up. Very good. Keep the hips up in that bridge position. Breathe in. Breathe out. Kick the right leg up and now draw a big I with your feet. So toes leading up, heel leading down. Toes leading up, heel leading down, as if we're stroking with a paintbrush. Toes up, heel down. Toes up, heel down. Last 3, 2, 1. Good. Keep the hips up. Left leg up. Don't let the hips drop. Stroking with the paintbrush, heel down, toes up, heel down, toes up. Last 3, 2, 1. Good. Both feet down and back onto the mat. Bring your feet together and both hands out in a big T shape and drop both knees to one side, stretching out through the low back. Swap over to the other side. All right, hugging through both knees and draw 5 circles clockwise. And 5 anti-clockwise. Now bring both legs into tabletop, hip width apart, 90 degrees with both legs. Interlock our hands or our fingers and place them behind the head and neck. So coming into our abdominal prep from tabletop. Breathe in, breathe out to lift the rib cage down towards the pelvis, and hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. We've got 2 more to go. Breathe in, breathe out to lift and draw the rib cage down towards the pelvis, and holding for 10 seconds. Last one to go. Breathe in, breathe out and lift the rib cage down towards the pelvis again. Last 10 seconds. And lower. Bring your feet down. We're going to roll into sitting, so feet up, lift and roll. Tuck your feet in towards your bottom, hands out in front, and push into standing. Roll up all the way into standing, one segment at a time. All the way up into standing. So we have come to the end of our first main body of our exercises. This will be followed by a warm down, which will be roughly 15 minutes, so we'll see you there. Thanks for joining. Hi everyone, welcome to our series warm down. So you would have followed on from the warm up, the series, and now we're up to the warm down. So this will be roughly 15 minutes long, and this will be a standard warm down, so there won't be any different exercises or another video for the warm down. This will be the only standard 15-minute video warm down. So again, starting with feet hip width apart, we're going to start with our walking series. So one hand up, bend the opposite leg, down, bend the opposite leg. Don't worry too much about synchronizing the breath with this one, as long as you're breathing in when you raise one hand, and breathe out with the other, or vice versa. We're going to keep going for another minute. Thirty seconds to go. Keep the core engaged, stay in neutral spine, collarbones wide, head and neck long. Last 5 seconds. Very good. Now come to the end of our mats, facing side on, coming down into our roll down, into that yoga down dog position. So roll down, chin to chest, hands walking away from our feet into a nice V shape. Stay in your neutral spine, keep the shoulder blades back and down, make a fist if your wrists are sore, and we're going to tap one heel down at a time. Again, don't worry too much about synchronizing the breathing with this exercise, as long as you're breathing in and out. Nice deep breaths. We're going to go for another 20 heel taps. Very good. Now bring your knees down. So knees under hips, wrists under shoulders again, into our 4-point kneeling position. Now we're going to bring our feet together and widen through the knees. toes pointing away, and now sit down into your child's pose stretch. So we're stretching our inner thighs as well as our backs and shoulders here. Your fingertips are reaching as far forward as you can, and hold here for another 2 deep breaths. Very good. So push up into your 4-point kneeling position again. We're going to do our thread the needle stretch next. So take your right hand, thread it under your left, bend through that left elbow and reach as far forward as you can with your right fingertips. That right shoulder should be on the mat if you can. And then take that hand up and over towards your right side. We're going to go for another 2 with the right hand. So thread it under your left, bend the left elbow, then take it up and over. We're going to go for another one. Thread through, hold, up and over. Alright, now left hand, thread it under the right, bend the right elbow, left shoulder is on the mat, then bring that left hand up and over. Again, threading it through again. Bringing it up and over. We've got one more to go after this. And thread it through again. Good, so from here coming onto our backs, lying all the way down onto your back. You're going to straighten out both legs. Point the toes away from your body, straighten out both arms above your head, and fingertips are reaching for whatever is behind your head. So you're getting a nice stretch through your whole body here. And we're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bend through the knees and hug your knees. Hold here for another 5. Again, straighten out both legs, toes pointing away, fingertips in front, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug again, last 5 seconds. Very good. Bring your hands out into a T position here, so 90 degrees at your shoulders, and then bring your legs up into tabletop, 1 leg at a time. Core is still switched on. Your spine is in neutral. Rib cage is making a nice imprint onto the mat underneath you. So we're going to lower the right hip down towards the right side. Try not to move your left knee, as if you've got a cup of tea or a glass of wine on your left knee and you can't let it spill. Now drop your left leg down towards the left side. Keep your right knee still. Bring it back into about hip width. Right leg down towards the right side. Try not to let your hips roll to either side over here. Left leg. Right leg stays still. Bring it back in. Right leg down. Keep the left leg still. Left leg. We're going to go for another 3 on each side. Good, and last one on each side to go. good. Now bring both knees to hip width apart, and we're going to drop both knees now towards our right side, but you want to stop just where you start to feel the left shoulder blade lifting off the mat. So mine is about there, and then we're going to switch over to the left side. So take both knees over to your left side and stop just as you start to feel the right shoulder blade lift off the mat. Good. And swap sides again, off to the right side. You don't want to let that left shoulder blade lift off the mat. So nice, slow, controlled movement here. Left side again. Try not to lift the right shoulder blade off the mat. One more to each side, off to the right side again. Maintain the 90 degrees at the hips and the knees. Relax through the head, neck and shoulders. Last one to the left. Very good. Place one leg down on the mat at a time. Again, point your toes away and hands up in front of us, fingertips reaching away, toes reaching away. Stretch through your whole body. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your knees up and hug your knees. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now place both legs down. Ankles and knees are hip width apart. Should be able to touch your heels with the tip of your fingers. Hands down by your side. We're going to start doing our bridges. So breathe in. Breathe out to peel your pelvis, the low back, the hips, and the mid back off the mat. Hold here for 5. Very good. And now start to restack the spine, starting from the mid back, low back, and then the pelvis. And again, breathe in. Breathe out to lift. Peel off one segment at a time, just to where you're comfortable, and hold for 5. And restack one segment at a time. Last one to go. Breathe in and out to peel. Hold for 5. Very good. And lower. Good. So we're going to roll into sitting. Tuck your feet in towards your bottom, hands out in front of you. Push yourself up into that roll down position and restack your spine into standing. Keep the softness in your knees as you stand. Position yourself into the center of your mat again. Knees soft, shoulder blades down, back and down, collarbones wide, head and neck is nice and long. Again, breathe in. Breathe out to take both hands up towards the ceiling. And now we're going to reach as if we're climbing a tree. So reach for the ceiling, one hand at a time. So really elongate through that side of your body that you're reaching with. Fingertips reaching, palm reaching, shoulders up. Reach, reach, reach. So you should be feeling a nice stretch every time you reach up. We're going to go for another 10 seconds. 5. Very good. And then hands back down towards your side of the body. Roll your shoulders back. 2. We're going to go for 5, 3, 4, and 5. Now interlock your fingers, palms facing down. I'm going to come into an upper body stretch, so raise the hands up towards the ceiling and follow with your eyes, just to where you're comfortable, and hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. We're going to go for another 2. Breathe in, breathe out to lift. Holding for 5, and lower. Last one, breathe in, breathe out to lift. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. We're going to finish off with our roll down and then some pelvic tilts. So breathe in and out to roll down. See if you've gained a bit of length in this roll down. So if you can go a little bit lower. Now breathe in at the bottom and breathe out to restack one segment at a time. Into standing, knees soft. And place your hands onto your hips and finish off with 10 pelvic tilts. Forward and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. So we've come to the end of our warm-up. Well done for finishing the 45-minute session, and we'll see you again in the next session. Bye.